Right. Okay, so have we all done, has anyone not done somatics? Not done somatics. Everybody else has done somatics? Not sure. Okay. We'll soon find out, right? All right, so it's a little bit different. Since we're all sat, let's just take a little minute to find our center and align our mojo for the next hour. So feeling the support of the earth. I'm going to feel your breath rhythm. Allowing your heart and crown to rise out of the support of the earth. When you stop slouching, it just naturally goes up, like a little spring daffodil or something up. A smile in the belly. Another one at the heart space. Another one at the brow. And especially for you. Just for you on the inside. You need to keep seeing it and don't hold yourself back. Okay. Just one or two more rounds of breath. Relax your shoulders, relax your feet. Feel into the space around you with your awareness in every direction. Back, front, sides, up, down. Bringing in your body all the sensations that are there. Maybe you can tell already your body is thriving on the light of your attention. I mean, everything else does, doesn't it? Okay, let's go crazy and come and lie down like this. You know? It's been hard so far. Let's rev it up, right? Lie down. Knees up, soles flat, and arms out wide like these. Now, resettle and notice how your energy feels different, like in this orientation to gravity. Yeah, just allow yourself to settle. Could you have your feet, I'm going to be a little bit prescriptive and nasty here, say feet about hip distance. And this is interesting because some people think they're snakes and others and draw them up so your heels are a little, most of you, a little closer. And then just allow your shoulders to relax. Okay, next. And allow your feet to be all connected and settled. All right. On the stage, Kerry. All right. So that's all right. You're not on camera. And just take a minute. You want to get a camera. Oh, you're lying down the whole time.
Oh, I'm going to do that here.
Yeah, well, let's go on stage. Well, we get another little more in here later. There we go. What are you saying? Let's shuffle this. Yeah. And then, Daryl, you could probably shuffle. Oh, no, no, it's better. Okay, there we go. There we go. Here we go. I could say in future, anyone who's late goes on the stage. in full light of the camera.
Say it.
And I've got a spangly bikini for them to wear at the same time. Daryl, why are you always deliberately late? Okay. Okay, now we've like serious the tone up. Can we just rest? Okay. Now, do we all know arch and flatten? What would you do if I said arch and flatten? Inhale and arch your lumbar curve off the floor. That's it. And as you exhale, flatten it down gently. That's it. I'm going to be naughty this morning, aren't I? Because there's a lot of you here, and there's a chance that not everyone will be offended. My teacher says it's a bit like having sex when you can't be asked. All right, so just arch and flatten. Just feel it as an inquiry. Really relax your shoulders. And notice that as you arch, your chin lightly moves towards your chest. And as you flatten down your lumbar curve, it can relax away. And for some of you, this could be quite a large movement. And for some of you, it can be quite a small movement. Okay, next time you come to arch, hold arch for a moment. So your lumbar curve is off the earth, your shoulders are relaxed, and breathe in arch. So you should feel a little pull on your abdomen. And your ribs flare. It's pretty strenuous stuff, right? And then flatten on your next exhale and hold down, flatten. So lumbar curve lightly pressed into the floor and just breathe there. Feet stay light, everything iris. Okay, and then release and relax and just feel that out. All right, arch and curl now. So can you interlace your fingers behind your head? Like this, that's it. And then I'll break this down. As you arch your spine, this time scrunch the back of your neck. So you know what I mean? You're taking your chin away from your chest and pressing your elbows into the floor and pull your shoulder blades down your back. It's probably, if you need a block, you need a block. If you can lose it, it's probably better. Okay, and then as you flatten, just relax. Try it again. So as you inhale and arch, you can squeeze your shoulder blades down your back, scrunch the back of your neck, pull shoulder blades back and down, and then just relax. All right, and now do it again. Scrunch the back of your neck, squeeze your shoulder blades down your back, push your elbows into the floor. Now, this time as you flatten, push the lumbar curve down, draw your chin to your chest and your elbows together, tighten your belly to sit up, just like this, just a little bit. Keep your elbows drawn together, take a round of breath. Okay, and then peel back down, keep your elbows together so the back of the heart space is open. When your head touches down, relax, let your elbows go wide. Okay. Okay. Arch, scrunch the back of your neck, pull the shoulder blades down your back, elbows are wide, and then as you flatten, elbows come together, lift up your head, chin to chest, take a whole round of breath. It's not a crunch. Relax, and then peel back down. All right, so you do tighten your belly, but I'm not asking you to do a sit-up. This is not the military. All right? So arch again, elbows wide, scrunch the back of your neck. Scrunch it, chin away from chest. So you're tensing the back of your neck. Pull shoulder blades down your back. Flatten, chin to chest, elbows converge, lift up your head. That's it. Take a round of breath. Keep your elbows together as much as you can. Now heel back down with the back of your heart space wide open. And when everything touches down, relax. All right. Have a little pause. How's that feel? Just check in with your bad self. Now, de-interlace and take your arms wide again. And could you separate your feet this time to mat width or almost mat width? Yes, there's a bit of chaos in here. There's a risk of touching other humans. Most of them have been disinfected and smudged on the way in, so it's all good. With an eagle's wing and some sage smoke. All right. Now, could you roll your right arm forwards, just like this? Yeah? And then keep going so that it's sort of like somebody's twisting your arm off a bit, like that. And then roll it back to neutral. And then roll your left arm forwards. Keep going so the head of the shoulder comes off, like somebody's twisting your arm a bit. That's it. And then relax. This time, as you roll your right arm forwards, roll your head to look at your right arm. That's it. Keep rolling it forward so the head of your shoulder comes up off the earth. Okay, and then switch it. Try and roll your head. So not pick it up. Roll it and look out over the left. Okay, so now, see what I mean? Come back to center for a moment. Just neutralize your head and everything. And relax for a second. So I'm going to be specific. Unless you're wearing a ponytail that's in the way, try and roll your head. Not pick it up, not slide it on your hair. You see, it makes a difference because then it's not arbitrary how much you turn it. See what I'm saying? So now, roll the right arm forwards and turn your gaze to look at it. Okay, and then switch it over. You can give it a little squeeze on each side if you like. It might feel good. If you feel like there's any jerkiness in the movement of your head, see, I can say it properly, or your arms, slow down and do it better. And also, I don't know, when I do this, I feel like living Jesus up the forearms and all. There's a lot of stuff going on, pulling on fascia and tendons and stuff. I'm probably due to too much WhatsApp. Does it make your hips wriggle and stuff like that? Yeah. Let your body do it its way. Great, that's enough pause. Now, the reason I want your feet nice and wide, like almost mat width, is for this. So that you can dip your right knee down towards your left ankle without letting your left knee go out to the side. So I'll show you. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, I need a bit of fat there. Okay, so you need them wide because otherwise your shins won't fit because they'll hit on here. So this knee doesn't move. This one turns in and down. Wherever it feels, you don't have to force it. And then you come back up. And then you dip the other one. All right, and make sure with your peripheral vision that the top knee isn't getting cheeky and deciding to move. And don't force it. I'm not asking for a stretch as such. It's more like it's the complete opposite of that. Can you feel what you have to switch on in order to do that, and then relax it on the way back up? Pause between each side. And if it's in any way jerky, can you slow it down and do it better? Okay, and just do 1 or 2 more on each side and then pause. Now here, I'll explain some of the theory here. If you're new to this, I'm going to be bold in what I say for a change. Most muscular pain and pain in joints, etc., most pain in the body could be looked at this way: bad holding patterns. Yeah. So when we contract and release and refine the movements, we're repatterning and reprogramming the body. You'd think that after all of these 25 years that you've been using that body, that by now you would have been in perfect motor control of it, right? But it turns out most of it aren't as smooth as you think, and I will put myself in. Okay, pause next time you come up. It's an observation and an inquiry as opposed to a drill. Yeah. Oh. Now let's put that together. What if we roll our right knee down towards the left ankle and roll your head to the right and roll your right arm forward so the head of the shoulder lifts up? And pause for a second and then let that all go. Whew. All right, and then go the other side. Dip down the left knee, roll your head to the left, roll the left arm forwards and over rotate. Okay, you can hold it for a sec if it feels good, but not more than a couple of seconds. And then let that go. Okay, and then dip the right knee, roll your head to the right, roll the right arm forwards, lifting the head of the shoulder. And then relax that. It's important to relax between them. And then dip the left one, roll your head left and over rotate the left arm forward so the head of the shoulder lifts. Okay, let me check you all out. See who's being naughty. Okay, so slow it down and find a way to feel it all. Does your head turn smoothly? Can you sync this motion up so that it's like all smooth and brilliantly coordinated? Or is that a bit of a tall ask? All right, that's cool. And then go on, do one more race. Do it perfectly. And it can be, there's small movements and it doesn't look like much, but you might be feeling quite a lot. And then when you come back to center, relax. Now, you can take your feet back to just hip distance. Not, yeah, so about hip distance. And now this might be an unfamiliar movement to some of us, and take arms wide for now. If I said push your right knee towards the stage, yeah, don't move your foot, just push your right knee towards the stage. See, it lifts up your right hip, doesn't it? See that? So it's an unfamiliar movement because you think, well, if I said lift your right hip, you'd know what to do, right? Okay, and then lower it back down. And then if I said lift your left hip, you'd know what to do, wouldn't you? Just lift it an inch or two. That's it. But what I'm saying is to let that lower back down. Push your right knee towards the stage and that will lift your right hip. See the difference? Yes. And then lower it down and then push the left knee towards the stage. Straight towards me, not in, not out. Straight towards the stage. And then just switch it a couple of times. Relax, go steady, Do it perfectly. Perfect. All right. And then next time you push your right knee towards the stage, see how it lifts your left hip a little, your right hip a little bit? If I said arch and flatten there, so with the right hip lifted, see what happens in your body. What happens? What does that feel like? It feels like that. And then roll back onto your back and notice how that feels. Like just let everything settle. And then push the left knee towards the stage. That lifts your left hip. There's all sorts going on there, isn't there? And then arch and flatten that. Does that hip feel funky, or is it the other one? Does that knee feel funky? Can't tell any difference. I'm perfectly balanced. Whatever you're finding is valid. Hate it? Okay, and then relax. Whatever you're experiencing, that's all good. Now, could you squeeze your shoulder blades together underneath you and open your palms and arch your spine? And then flatten down your lumbar curve and make fists. Roll the heads of the shoulders towards the ceiling and scrunch the back of your neck. Okay, relax. And now take your hands up towards the ceiling. All right, and see there, you've got a little bit of, so if I said push your fingers towards the ceiling, see how that separates your scapulae? Open your palms and face them towards each other. That's it. And then you can pull back down. Have a look at that shoulder with your hands. Yeah. Pull back down and see how that pulls your scapulas back down. So if I said just push your fingers lightly towards the ceiling, see your scapulas pull apart and they lift off the floor. And now keep your arms straightish, but pull down and pull your scapulas onto the earth. Bingo. Relax, but just hold. The arms stay straight, but you just got this. See that there? Scapulas go like that. Now just pause there for a moment. So as you inhale and arch, see how that squeezes the scapulas down your back a bit? And then flatten and just push the right fingers towards the ceiling a little inch. Feel that? And then arch and come back to neutral. Both scapulas come back and down a bit. As you flatten, push the left fingers towards the ceiling. It's just a small movement. And then arches back to center. And then flatten, push the right fingers towards the ceiling. It's only a small movement. Can you feel it? Can anyone not feel it? It's just like a sort of pull on the scapula. Got it? Cramps. Yeah, it's pretty strong, right? Okay, so do one more. So like, it's just like that, and then that, and then that. Nice and slow. All right. Hectic, huh? So I'm going to give you a chance to think about cactus arms. Relax your arms, bring the elbows down slowly, and then turn the palms up and have your hands go wide. And that little motion there is an inquiry in itself. Have a time, relax, just put a little momentito. Okay. Now, just as smoothly as you've lowered your arms, raise them back up towards the ceiling. And can you feel the scapulas rest down on the earth? So without pushing up, pull down with straight arms. Lightly pulling them. Now let's put all that together. If I said, as you push your right knee towards the stage and the hip lifts, and now push the left fingers towards the ceiling a little bit, just an inch. Okay, and then relax both of those situations. And then push the left knee towards the stage, that lifts the left hip, and now push the right fingers towards the ceiling. It's only a small movement. Some of you will be going, nope, don't know what he's talking about. And the rest might be going, oh, come back to center.
relax. Okay, and then push the right knee towards the stage, push the left fingers towards the ceiling. You could scrunch your right hip and armpit towards each other a little bit, and then come back to center. And then push the left knee towards the stage, push the right fingers towards the ceiling. You could scrunch the left hip and armpit towards each other if you wanted, just a little inch. Come back to center. I'm going to add on one more thing. Have a little relax. Arch for a second as you inhale. Squeeze the scapulars back and down a little bit. As you flatten, push the right knee and the left fingers. And then arch as you come back to center. Push the left knee towards the stage. Push the right fingers towards the ceiling. Okay, do one more the way you want to do it, maybe two more. Can you feel what I'm talking about? It's just a small movement, yeah? And no, intermediate, I know what we're doing this for. I'm going to real yoga. Or, yeah, I can feel it, yeah? It's all good. And then when you've done your next one, allow your arms to rest down onto the floor. That's out wide beside you. And just notice how you now rest into the support of the earth. Okay, feet, and just have me one more. No, now, feet and knees just a little bit wider than your hips is my recommendation, but certainly hip width. Now, could you roll your head and knees to the right? Keep going and relax your left arm completely, and it will start to come into the small of your back. I'll show you I'll have a look at you all in a sec. And then roll back onto your back. Let your left arm relax and splash out wide. And then you roll your head and knees to the left and relax that right arm. It will naturally rotate and come into the small of your back. Let me check you out. Blow it all the other way. That's it. So it sort of just goes like this. As you roll, the arm comes in here like this. And then it just goes boom, out there like that. And rolls in here like this. Feel that? It just rolls in there like that. You just relax it. And then keep rolling. Keep your head on the floor, on the earth, if you can. All right, so don't overthink it. Move slow. Let that arm come into the small of your back like this. It'll sort of come in, and then you splash it out wide, and the other one comes in. Now, I know it's tempting to pick up your head, isn't it? Because like you're used to helping it out, but half the point is that when you pick it up, you will habitually like stress one side more than the other. When it's on the floor, you don't have that option. It's not arbitrary where the floor is. It is arbitrary when you lift your head. Isn't it? Because you might lift it a little bit. On one side, you might lift it a lot on the other. Let your body relax and flow. And yes, there could be some interesting spots on this. It might be hard on one side. You might have an injury. I will say this. Lean in to sensations with curiosity, but never push through. This should be pleasurable and even. Right? So don't force anything. It'll come in time if you relax. You don't want your body going, oh, she's doing this again. I don't want to do that. You want it to be going, oh, yeah, I love doing it. I love doing it. I love it when she does that for us. Yeah. Okay, and then next time you come back onto your back, relax. I am going to add on a couple of things there. Teeny things. So how does that feel? Hey, delicious, hopefully. Now, as we roll this time onto our right and the left arm splashes into the small of the back, all right, this time, could you draw your left knee up into your chest and straighten your right leg? Stomp it down. So I'd say try and keep your left knee on the floor. Yeah, and then roll it back. So how do I say? You just let your body find the way. You'll end up back on your back with your knees up and soles flat, yeah? And then go the other way. I know this is a little trickier. Roll onto your left side, the right arm comes into the small of your back. Put your right knee on the floor, draw it up into your chest, and stomp your left foot down towards the bottom of the mat. Okay, and then roll it back onto your back. Don't overthink it, just do it, okay? So the top knee comes onto the floor, draws up into your chest, the bottom leg straightens down towards the bottom of the mat. All right, let me check you all out. Let that arm come into the small of your back. See if you can get your feet down. They might move a little bit. Just see, like, the earth is your good friend. Okay, it looks pretty good. I'm going to show you, all right? So when you've done your next one, I'm going to show you the next add-on because a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? I'm just going to get on that family bikini while you're all watching, right? So here we go. As we roll this way, this just naturally happens. That arm comes into the small of the back, that knee comes over, and you just go, oh, like that. There's a little back bend there you could do, and you could lift your head now and look at that back heel. If you were looking at me from above, I've just put one in the back of the net and I'm flying through the air, okay? Now, here we go. I just find my way back over here like this, just all soft. This arm comes into the small of the back, that right knee comes down, draws up into the chest, stomp, back bend, look over there like that. See what I mean? I'm flying through the air. All right? And then you just find your way back over there, let everything relax. Find your way, let this knee come up. You can do a little back bend and look over this bottom shoulder. Okay, and just roll around. And do it your way, all right? So don't overthink it or overcomplicate it. Yes, it is good with socks because they fly better. Okay, let me check you all out. I know it's a lot to think about, isn't it? It's like, oh, blimey, right? So if this knee can come up here, that's it. That's it. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? All right, and then do another two each side. See, you don't have to move your arms as such yet. Guess how you kick them. And then mind how you kick each other. And then see what I mean? It's a very natural action if you just let it flow. In fact, I'm going to pull you this way. Stay on your mat. Stay right there. This. When it stops, they're not overcome your pushing toe. Just come that way. All right. All right, that was fun having a go, wasn't it? Okay. See, pretty amazing. Yeah, you're like from above, you look like you're flying through the air athletically. Yeah. Great. Then roll back onto your back and relax. And now, how does that feel? Close, yeah. Close down your eyes, relax, and experience your body from the inside out. Yeah? This somatic experience is not about as such. There's a lot of instructions. There's a lot you could like have, it's like switches on, a lot of interpretation of words, but at the core of it is the experience of life validated by your experience. Frankly, what else could ultimately validate it, your experience? It's like somebody telling you what you feel, right? No, I know what I'm feeling. Feel that. Yeah. All the sensations. You are life moving towards life. All right. More. Now, could we roll onto our right side and have your knees up like you're just rolling onto your right side. So you land with your knees stacked and your palms stacked as well, and your head on the floor. If you can do that, if anyone can, like, have a shuffle of your shoulders and a wriggle. So I think most of you will be able to rest your head down. Knees up at right angles to your body. That's it. Or very close to right angles. That's it. Now, if I said push, keep your head on the floor. Can you push your left hand forwards so that the heel of the left hand comes to the fingertips of the right one? Okay, and then pull it back so that the fingertips of the left hand come to the heel of the right one. And let you just keep going. So it's not much, is it? But you might feel it. Let your head roll as you just take that small movement. I'm not going to be too strict about your knees. I could say lock them together, but I won't. All right, let them do their thing. And maybe you can enjoy the tactile sensations and the sound of your hands, if I would shut up for a minute, sliding on your skin. Good. And then this time when you drag your hand back up the inner line of your arm, drag it across your chest and out onto the floor into a twist. And you can follow it with your gaze. See if you can keep your knees kind of together, but they don't have to lock. And then you bend your left elbow, slide your left hand across your chest, down your arm, and then reach out beyond the right thing. It's not reach, it's slide out. Your head rolls, your nose might aim at the earth. And then you go back again. So you're twisting, dragging your hand slowly across your upper chest, and the left arm splashes out there. And then across your chest again, reach out beyond the right fingers. See what I mean about rolling your head? If you pick it up, you don't know where it is in relationship to the twist. If it has to roll on the earth, there's no arguing. And then next time you've completed that pandiculation, as it's called, pause with your palms stacked. Now, your left leg. Can you keep your sort of the inner line of your foot on the floor and just extend your left leg down towards the bottom of the mat? And keep your palms stacked. Now, if I said back heel the left foot a little bit and push the left fingers forwards, can you feel that? That's it. And now, kick, like it's like kicking a football. You push, keep the left toes on the floor if you can. Kick a football with it. So keep a straight leg and pull that leg out in front of you and open out into a twist. Gotcha, Lex. So you drag the arm up the inside of the arm and you open out into a big twist and then reverse it. So you slide your hand on up the inner line of the right arm, drag the left foot back now, and you're back heeling the football, if you will, as you push the left fingers forwards, and then go again. You kick the football and drag the left arm up the inner line of the right one, open out into a twist. I'm going to check you all out here. So keep going. As you slide the top arm across your chest, down your arm, you swing that top leg back behind you. That's it. That's it. And then as you kick the football, you drag the arm across and open out into a twist. That's it. And see, there's the push of the fingers, the kick of the leg. If you've got socks on, it's easier to drag that leg on the floor. If you haven't and you need to lift it a little bit, that's good. And see if you can keep that leg straight if you can, but if it needs to bend, that's okay too. Pretty funky, huh? Do one more and enjoy it as much as possible. Never push through. Always enjoy it. And then pause on your right side, palms stacked, and everything. All right, knees stacked, palms stacked. Great. And then roll onto your back and let your arms splay out wide and relax. How does that feel? Yeah, you know what? I know you think it's only annoying Americans who go, in the yoga classes, right? And express themselves. Try it. I encourage you to actually go, make yourself, if it's okay, I thought it was absolutely stupid too, till I tried it. There's this girl from Austin, Texas, practicing in the Vinyasa studio next to me, making all these sounds. I was like, typical. And then I tried it. I was like, oh, actually feels good. Roll onto your other side. Ooh, yeah, the left one, huh? And these are palms stacked, everybody. Hopefully. Okay, now let's start with the push the fingers forwards trick and let your head roll so your nose faces the earth a bit more. And then slide it back. Just do the, like, slide back a little bit. So you can feel your so enthusiastic. You're feeling the whole thing. There you go. So this is breaking it down into its component parts of the poison. So we're just sliding the left finger, no, the right fingers forwards and the left ones this time. This side feels different. I'm almost going to bet. Well, very interesting. If anyone had perfectly symmetrical bodies. And now you can start to open that out into the twist. Draw the arm across the chest, let that open out wide. And then you sort of casually bend that top elbow so it comes back across the chest, slides down the inner line of the arm. There might be a nice brushing sound that you can hear. Enjoy the tactile sensations, perhaps. A little caress. Yeah, you know when someone tickles your forearm like that and it's a bit sexy and sensuous? Do it to yourself here. Okay. Now, next time that you come back and stack your palms, have a little pause right there. And then just slide the toes on the floor and extend your right leg, just down towards the bottom of the mat for a moment. Now, listen up. As you back heel the football, you push the right fingers forward. So you take the right heel back a little bit, push the right fingers forwards. And then as you drag the right hand back, you kick the football with a straight leg. You can drag the foot on the floor and then open out into a twist. I'm not banning you from lifting your foot to hip height, but I suggest you drag it on the floor, especially easy if you've got socks on. And then you back heel the football as you push the right fingers proud of the left one, and then got your legs. And then kick the football with a straight leg, dragging the toes as you open the right arm out into a twist and follow the fingers with your gaze. Damn, Ronaldo, you're flying through the air again. Look. Yeah? And just flow that out a few more times. Let me investigate how you're all traveling. So why would I say drag the toes on the floor? Like I say, you're not banned from lifting the leg, but when the toes are on the earth, you know how high you haven't lifted your leg, right? When you lift it, some of you will lift it to hip height, some of you will lift it higher than hip height, some of you, see what I'm saying? It's okay to lift it, you're not banned. And then what happens is on the other side, you'll lift the other one a little bit differently. I betcha. And there's no set number you've got to do. It's just enjoy the flow. Tune into your body and its sensations. Groove and do another one more all in good time. If you want to do another one, it's all good. Okay, and then pause next time you've got your knees stacked and your palms stacked. Okay, and just rest like that for a little moment before you roll onto your back and rest with knees up, soles flat, and arms wide. Really relax. Now, last, oh no, I have another breath or two to relax. I know I really wish I could get another somatic flowing, but if I do, I'll be detaining you. So I'll do one in. Here we go. If you take your hands, imagine you're holding a Pilates ball, like a Swiss ball, like this. It's light. You only need light fingers to do it. What color is yours? Purple. Okay. And then as you arch, take the Swiss ball over behind you onto the floor. See that? And it's light. And feel your shoulder blades. And then as you flatten, take the Swiss ball so you've got, it comes down towards you. You rest it on your thighs like that. Okay, so then find a way that your body wants to do it. Okay? So feel your shoulder blades on the earth. Feel the tingles in your fingers. If your body wants to arch and flatten, let it. If it wants to arch and flatten, then arch and flatten, like it might want to double arch and flatten in that movement, let it. Just be aware of it. Move with great quality and awareness. I'm going to just survey you here. Wriggle your right toes if your shoulder blades feel perfectly even on the floor. Wriggle your left toes if they don't. What's that all about then, huh? Okay, well, you've had enough fun doing that. Maybe give yourself a little hug if you want to. Yeah. Or get somebody else to. And then just rest into your resting pose. Whatever you would like that to be. It can be Shavasana. It can be Anything that feels good. Lie on your back, front, sides, whatever you like. Let it go. Relax. Can you feel again the support of the earth? We're not just lying on the floor, feeling the support of the earth. And then can you feel like the plane of contact, of interface between you and the earth? And then feel down below that plane of contact with your awareness. Just a little bit, or a lot, I don't mind. And then feel just a little bit above that plane of contact. And then feel a little bit to your flanks. So to the left and right, feel into the space with your awareness, just a little bit. Ah, yeah. And then feel down beyond your feet. And beyond your crown. Feeling into the space in all directions. No direction left out. No troll left behind. And now, can you feel the surface of your body? Some of it's got clothes on it, some of it hasn't. Some of it's touching the earth, some of it isn't. Awareness of the surface. All of the surface. No parts left out. And then the interior. Feel it. Become deeply aware of it. Not in an anatomically knowledgeable way, in a direct experiential way. It may be very clever to be able to name all the constituent components. It's not as clever as growing, right? And some part of you knows how to do it. That's the bit we're seeing if we can connect it. All right, now let's get a little bit crazier. Can you feel into the interior and the surface at the same time? And now the interior, the surface, and feel into the space around you in every direction. Can we take that a step further? Could you dissolve into the space? I promise you won't vanish. Well, you might, but you won't go. So you and the space are inseparable. You could test this theory by leaving the universe at some point, couldn't you? Say, oh, don't. And then walk back in. And then imagine breathing through every pore of your skin, all over your body.
In and out through the pores, all over your body. Especially be aware of your fingers and palms. And notice the difference in the sensation on the in and the exhale. Tingles are different. If you breathe in through all the pores of your skin and then out through all the pores of your skin. But then the next time you inhale, pause for a second and then exhale through all the pores. And at the bottom of the breath, pause for a little second and inhale again through all the pores. Pause at the top and now lock all the pores and breathe out. It's different. And at the bottom of the breath, pause again for a second. Open the pores and breathe in through them. Lock the pores as you breathe out and trap all that chi in your body. All around. Take your time, consider something. Maybe turn your head lightly. And then extend into a body stretch if that's what you want to do. Give yourself a hug if you want. And then would you like to roll onto one side or would you just like to rock it up? I thought that's what you're going to do. Whatever it was. And then extend up if you're comfortable to lift up lightness and levity. And your breath steady. Breathe smiles. One at the belly, one in the heart, one at the breath. Use to not get cheated. It's called a pancake.
Oh my God, I can feel that.